Now, today, we've got a very good young lady, super smart,
yes,
well-educated, and she's got a good head on her shoulders.
Yes, absolutely. Our connection to change making today, all right, change making today is a Jeanne Sere. Did I mention your name correctly? Did I pronounce it?
Yeah, it's
right. Jeanne Sere. And I am just looking at a couple of things that she has been able to do. And honestly, let me tell you, change making can start at a very young age.
Extremely.
Nothing should stop you. If you feel like you want to do something, just start it.
Go ahead.
Usigoje mutu. Jeanne.
Yes.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tell us a little about yourself. Like, fun facts.
Well, my name is Jeanne, as
Yes.
you have said. I am currently in my first year of university at the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
And a fun fact about me, I love to travel. I love the continent, the country. I like looking for hidden gems.
Yes.
So actually, that's one of my goals for
Hidden gems.
2022. Yeah.
For example,
Well,
which one did you find? Somewhere.
Well, have you heard of Kisite in Watamu?
Yes.
Calvin anajua hiyo. Mi
Yes.
sijaenda
I like
huko.
Watamu is pretty beautiful.
It's
Yes.
very nice. Yeah.
Nice. So you like traveling?
Yes.
All right, we're going to get into that. Now, talking about change making, right? How did you get into change making? And one of the things that we always like to hear from the horse's mouth is, what is your understanding of change making according to you?
I believe change making is when you just see a certain problem, and it doesn't even have to be huge. It can be something as simple as too many people are crowding over here, let's make a line. So just being able to see a problem and coming up with a simple solution, or even believing that you can come up with a solution. Yeah.
Now, I like your story from seeing where it all started. Of course, when you were in high school and you had this noble idea of, getting clothes for people who didn't have clothes, and you talked to your friends and all of that. Tell me about that journey. What literally brought it about? Of course, like you've said, change making is brought about by a need.
Yeah.
Right.
So in 2017, our school was rebranding from Nova Academies to Nova Pioneer. So it meant that as we start 2018, we were going to get new uniform. So our uniform was basically rendered useless. And I was just thinking there's so many people who don't have clothing. Yet here we are, a school of like 200 who have extra fleeces, extra trousers, extra things that are just going to stay in our closets. So I think that's where the idea came from of how can we be able to bridge the gap between people who have excess and then people who have the shortage. So I talked to my mom about it, and she told me of a company called Africa Collect Textiles. And what they do is that they collect old and used clothing to just recycle or upcycle. And she encouraged me to email the school about it so that we can be able to do like collections in the school.
In the school.
Yeah.
Wow. First and foremost, that is actually very beautiful, because a lot of people would just see it as, ninguo tu.
Yeah. How has that, seeing that need, that's a very particular one, and the conversation between you and your mom, we're going to do this, how has that affected your life since then? How has it touched and affected? What has changed within you?
It's like she put me in a very empowering spot, if I may say, because it's not like, achana tu na hizo mango, but she's like, you've seen something, then do something about it. And I think that encouragement really helped me, because now from then, when I see an opportunity, I'm not like, I might just stay, retract myself a bit. It's just like, just go, see how it will be. And if it fails, it's okay, but at least you know that you've tried.
Now, from school, where, people are just changing from uniform X to Z, right? How has it grown? How has that been for you, that change-making process until now?
Okay, so at first we were called Smiles. So after emailing
and who is
my idea, it's a group of me and my classmates. My classmates. Yes. So after emailing my idea to one of the people who used to work in the marketing team, she told me to write a proposal to the leadership team of the school. So after doing that, I had to pitch my idea to them. And then in 2019, that's when they agreed for me to be able to do the collection, the first collection. So now when people are coming back from midterm, that's when we were able to coordinate with Africa Collect Textiles. So they came, and then now people, as they came to school, they come with their extra clothes. So that was our first collection, and we collected about 400 kilograms.
Wow.
Of clothes.
That's a lot. 400 is a lot. Now, I like the fact that you've mentioned that you and your classmates, went from calling it Smiles to now Tabasamu. Very good growth. Let me ask you this. Why is this particular, initiative, when you were thinking about it, you highlighted, okay, this is a problem, it exists, and this is a solution for it. How had it affected you? Was it from you seeing people walking around unclothed or with torn clothes, or young kids? Which one was it?
I think it's just when you just walk around, even town, you just see people begging and they barely have enough clothing.
Yes.
And you know that they were there the previous night and how cold it is at night. And I think for me, that was just like, how can I do something about it?
Are you generally sympathetic or empathetic?
I think so. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, but yes.
So I like that we're talking about, empathy, everything that you've done. So now you and your friends at the school, you guys have come together, 400 kgs of their former uniform.
Yes.
So now that's your immediate circle, right? Talk to me about the growth into now out of school, because now you're in university. How has that growth from, when you guys were just calling it Smiles to now Tabasamu and impacting people who you didn't impact then?
So what we did first is coming up with an Instagram page in 2020. So that was when we were still collecting clothes. But then we started to see that in as much as we're collecting clothes, these children's homes that we are taking to, they have greater needs. Like, it's just not clothes. Like, for example, maybe the girls need pads, maybe they need food. And we found that we are remaining with more of the clothes that can't be reused.
Yes.
So we're basically still staying with a lot of useless clothes. So what we decided to do is to just rebrand and instead use Ankara waste from local tailors to upcycle things like hoodies, like the one I'm wearing now.
I like that.
Or T-shirts, and we also make tote bags. So now that's what we do. So we changed it to a kind of like a business model.
Yes.
And then now 20% of our profit is now what we use to buy what they actually need for these children's homes.
Every single time.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. We've been telling you all about it, and today we brought a very special lady. Her name is Jeanne Sere, and she's a young lady. She's in the first year of university, but her journey started when she was in second form. It was all about her seeing that there's a need, and they stuck to it, and so far they've been able to grow from being called Smiles to Tabasamu, and their story is beautiful, right?
Yep.
Now, as we continue with this conversation, I want to ask you this. You kind of, Alvin asked you about it, asked you whether you're an empathetic and everything, right? But what drives the personal connection for you?
In what way?
In terms of, the personal connection where you're able to see, me and my friends established this a while back. We've been able to grow from, just that small unit that we had to now being able to impact people with the profits that we're making from our business to now being able to give that 20%, like you said, to the children's home and all of that.
I think it's the feedback that we receive from people.
Yes.
So even our peers or like now how I'm sharing with you guys and you're very receptive to it, I think it's just an encouragement and just gives you that drive to know even if we don't make sales or even if we make little sales, it's just, let's just keep going. And we know that it's just going to touch, even if it's one person. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Now tell me, as a change maker and also as a human, there's many times where we get scared of getting into things. And I know at that young age, obviously you had to consult your mother, your peers. You're now being told by the school marketing team, write a proposal.
Imagine. She was like, oh my gosh, we're collecting uniforms. Oh my gosh, is this going to happen? Yeah.
Yes. How were you able to conquer that fear?
Just self-belief. I
Self-belief.
think it goes a long way.
Yes.
And I think I can never emphasize also encouragement from people around me.
Yes.
I think my friends really played a huge role in that because when we were doing the proposal, we had
Yes.
to first type it out before doing the pitch. And I was so scared. I was like, okay, how are we doing this? And now the team, at the time, we were 4.
Yes.
So my 2 friends who are in the girls' school, they sat down with me, we drafted it together, went through it over and over, and then, at least that gives you like some confidence
Yes.
that, yeah, I can do this.
And of course, the school was supportive as well.
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow. I like that. Now, in terms of future plans, what are you guys aiming to achieve? Because now you've already, you've grown. You guys are all...
You've seen it's doable.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going somewhere.
Yes.
I'm sure that, as you said, the feedback and all that, there's inspiration inside of you. Where do you see this going? Tabasamu. How far? Paint a
So-
picture for us.
We hope that it will be like a clothing line. So we just really want to create like a Kenyan brand, a made in Kenya brand.
Nice.
Yes.
So just having like a Mr. Price or an LCY Kiki, that's
Hey, I like the
everything
vision.
made in Kenya.
Thank you. Yes,
That's where we are heading to. And now also creating that social aspect so that people know that as you're buying this, you're not just looking
Buying.
nice.
Yes.
It's going somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, tell me this. You as an Ashoka fellow, how have you? What are the key learnings that you've gotten from them? How supportive have they been? What are these things that they've made you understand at this young age that have made you go like, you know what? Now I've got a proper backbone to go for it.
I think the first thing they provided me is with networks, because I remember in 2019 we had an Impact Africa Summit where social entrepreneurs from all over Africa came together, and that's where I was able to see other people who are, way many more steps ahead of me, and them encouraging me and saying, "You've started young, just continue." And I think that was like, okay, they just create a vision for you to see this is where you can go. And aside from that, they also provide connections within your country.
Yes.
So I was able to meet the founder of Awake Youth Initiative. He's called Meshach.
Yes.
And through that, I was able to also be get an opportunity to become a mentor to the students at his initiative.
Wow.
So I think they...
Look at you.
Love.
Mentor.
Yes, so it's just been a very good space to just interact with fellow social entrepreneurs and to just know that they
can do it.
Yeah, you just bounce off each other's energy.
Now, as we conclude, to the young people listening, you're in high school, I want you to give them a message. It's never too young. You can do it. I don't want to put it in your mouth. What would you tell
from
them?
your heart? From your heart. Speak to a young person right now.
Just start. You don't even know where it's going to go.
Yes.
You don't have a clear vision. You don't know exactly the steps you're going to take. But I think just starting that conversation with someone older than you so that they kind of have like the right doors to open for you. So just start that conversation, start those steps. If it's getting a group of people, I think that goes a long way. And yeah, it's just one step at a time. Don't get too caught up about the future and get scared. So just do one step at a time and keep going.
So that was to the young people. What about to parents? Because you were supported very much by your parents.
Yes.
Tell now the other parents, like for me, I'm a parent, by the way. How would you
talk to him? Tell him something.
Be
able to see like that light in your child that could easily die because that was just a 5-minute conversation with my mom that has brought all this. So I think it's just being able to identify that this child has a passion for this. Let me try and encourage them, or let me try and set them up in a way where they have an opportunity to gain more experience in this thing that they keep on talking about.
I love it. Nacha, I love it very much.
Look for the light.
The light.
In your child.
Thank you very much for coming and sharing your story.
Thank
and
you
of course, to anyone who wants to be a part of it, make sure you check out all our socials or even go to the Ashoka socials as well. It's all going to tell you how you can be a change maker, a trace change maker as well. And we're going to be having so many different interviews in terms of, we get to inspire, inform, and even create a deeper understanding and, of course, equip people with what it takes to be a change maker. Thank you very much for coming through. And of course, this is your all-time hit station, Trace Radio 95.3.